Welcome to my channel, The World of Science Fiction. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. The Omen cut through deep space, silent, cloaked, and humming with tension. All across the ship, preparations were underway, armories stocked, engines calibrated, new allies brought aboard for briefings. Jason stood at the center of it all. Not just a captain, now a symbol. Naomi walked beside him, datapad in hand.
Rebel cells are pinging back. Not just Orcks, ex-Union techs, mercenaries, even Mars colonists. They've all seen the leaked rift footage. They're ready to fight.
Jason stopped in front of the war table, the galaxy map projected above.
Then it's time to give them something to fight for.
Seyna entered from the upper deck, armored in ceremonial Ashwalker black.
Tharn and his people have distributed flame sigils across 13 systems. Word is spreading. Even the Void listens.
We're not rebels anymore. We're becoming a movement.
Jason turned toward the crew.
Then let's move like one. Naomi, target the closest Union black site, the one hoarding echo data.
Naomi raised an eyebrow.
You want to hit them head-on.
Not hit, broadcast. We break into their vault, steal their lies, and give them to the galaxy raw.
Mark wandered in with a cup of something green and smoking.
You ever notice how every time we get famous, we also get shot at more?
The target lit up on the map, Fort Selnar, a high-orbit data node near the twin moons of Pier IV. Union territory, heavy surveillance. No escape routes. Perfect. Jason looked around the room, his crew, his friends, his fire-forged family.
Gear up. Let's start a war with the truth.
The Omen approached Fort Selnar under complete stealth, running dark, silent, and undetectable except by gods. Naomi tapped through the final layers of encryption.
Selnar is orbit-locked. Auto-defense grid, no manned patrols, but it's tethered to Union command via subspace. We'll have 5 minutes once the signal drops.
Alex slung her rifle across her back.
More than enough time to break their hearts.
Jason stood over the terminal. The structure appeared on screen, sleek, ring-shaped, bristling with antennae and solar arrays. It looked more like a science relay than a vault of secrets. Which was exactly the point. Mark adjusted his visor.
You ever notice these things always look so peaceful until you realize they're full of other people's nightmares?
Seyna raised her blade.
Time to wake them up.
Lock insertion vector. Naomi launched the data bug. We'll piggyback the entry burst.
The Omen lurched forward for just a heartbeat, then vanished into the station's blind spot. A microsecond later, their signal piggybacked through a false telemetry beacon. They were inside. Interior, Fort Selnar. The team moved fast. The entry point led through maintenance ducts into a long, white corridor pulsing with quiet energy. Drones floated silently down the hall, oblivious to the masked crew slipping behind them. Naomi whispered.
Control room is east tier. Server vault is deeper, 4 levels down. That's where the heavy truth lives.
Jason gestured.
Split Alex Seyna with me. Naomi and Mark slice the comm hub. Feed the data back to the Omen's core and prep a galaxy-wide upload.
They split, vanishing into opposing shadows. Jason's team encountered the first real resistance near the vault entrance, 2 Union guards in light armor talking unaware. Alex fired once clean. Seyna didn't even break stride. The door ahead shimmered with a shield matrix. Jason placed his hand on it, letting the shard thrum. It recognized him. It always did. The door opened. Inside, vaults of echo memory nodes, glowing, silent, waiting. Jason whispered.
Let's wake up the galaxy.
Inside the vault, the glow of echo memory nodes shimmered like bottled souls. Each one pulsed faintly with golden light, alive, aware, and waiting. Jason stepped forward, eyes scanning the rows. Seyna moved beside him.
These weren't meant to be stored. They were meant to be shared.
Exactly. The Union buried the truth in silence. We're going to dig it out with a megaphone.
Alex checked her perimeter, rifle aimed at the door.
3 minutes until Union response arrives. This place is about to get very unfriendly.
Jason placed his hand on the central console. The shard inside his chest resonated, syncing to the echo data. The vault lit up. Jarrus's voice filled the room.
If you're reading this, the seal is breaking. The war was never about conquest. It was survival against a species we couldn't understand, only contain. I was the first prison. But now you must choose whether to be a weapon or a warning.
The data surged. Images, audio, coordinates, testimonies from soldiers, scientists, even former Voidborn hybrids. Jason turned to Naomi over comms.
Start the upload every corner of the system. Open channel public access.
Copy that, going loud in 30 seconds.
Across the station, Mark cackled from the comm hub.
Already getting pings. Mars series outer rings, feeds lighting up like a riot on fire.
Good, and they deserve the truth.
Suddenly, alarms blared, red lights spun overhead. Alex glanced at her tracker.
Union just breached the outer hull. 6 hostiles inbound. We've been made.
Seal the vault we hold here.
Seyna drew her blade and moved in front of Jason.
You guard the truth, I guard you.
Jason felt the weight of her words and the fire behind them.
Then let's make sure they remember who lit the match.
The vault transformed from a silent archive into a warfront in seconds. Jason crouched behind a reinforced console as Union Marines stormed the outer corridor. Their boots thundered down the hall, voices clipped, weapons drawn. Alex fired a warning burst that scattered them into cover.
You want your secrets back, you'll have to come through us.
Seyna spun toward the side wall, deflecting a burst of pulse rounds with her blade, blue fire arcing through the air as she struck forward, a wall of fury and flame. Jason stayed locked to the echo feed. Naomi's voice was clear through the comm.
Uploads holding. We've hit over 200,000 live views. People are watching this in real time. The Union's scrambling data denial bots counter broadcasts, but we're still ahead.
Keep it up, we're not leaving until the last byte is out.
Mark patched through from the Omen.
Hey, slight update. Union sending reinforcements from the nearest cruiser. You've got a little under 4 minutes until they crack this place open from space.
Alex barked, "Let him try," as she dropped another Marine with a headshot. Jason turned to Seyna.
Can you seal the corridor behind us, funnel them to a choke point?
She nodded and stabbed her blade into the floor. The walls groaned as Orc glyphs activated, forming a temporary barrier. Jason returned to the console. The final data package queued, a compressed file labeled REDACTED. The first contact. He stared at it the moment everything changed. The file they'd killed and buried entire planets to hide.
Naomi, go wide, this last piece, push it everywhere. Burn the lie across the stars.
Jason, if we do this, there's no going back.
He hit transmit. The data erupted from Fort Selnar like wildfire. In under 10 seconds, it spread across relay buoys, pirate frequencies, rebel networks, and civilian satellites. Screens lit up from Mercury to the outer belt, and the Union's house of cards began to collapse. The comm feeds erupted. From mining stations on Europa, to refugee ships drifting near Saturn's rings, to slum towers on the dust-choked plains of New Mars, the truth was out. The video feeds showed Jarrus Armitage, the First War, the original contact with the Voidborn, the Union's betrayal. And Jason, standing where his ancestor had stood, facing it all over again. Every screen carried the same broadcast.
We were never told the truth, we were never safe, but now, we choose to fight.
Naomi's voice rang out from the Omen.
The feeds are stable, our data mirrors are holding. They can't stop it now, even if they kill us.
Back in the vault, the Union Marines had retreated temporarily, but above them, sirens wailed. Fort Selnar's orbital defenses had gone active. Mark's voice chimed in.
Well, guys, we've got a cruiser charging its main cannon. I suggest a fast exit.
Jason turned to Seyna.
Fall back to the lift, get everyone topside.
Seyna didn't hesitate. Neither did Alex. Jason gave the vault one last look, the sealed echo nodes now glowing brighter like they'd waited centuries just to be believed.
You're free now.
They reached the extraction corridor just as the Omen swooped in low, blasting the docking bay doors wide open with precision strikes. Seyna vaulted into the ship first, turning and grabbing Jason's wrist as he jumped aboard. The second his boots hit the deck, Alex slammed the hatch. The Omen peeled away from the station. Seconds later, Fort Selnar erupted behind them in a controlled self-destruction, the Union choosing fire over fallout. But it was too late. The truth had flown, and across the stars people were waking up, not just to what the Union had done, but to what they were willing to do in return.